What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp, and for all you streamers out there, today we're going to be checking out the Elgato Cam Link. And what this does is it lets you use your DSLR or your video camera with your PC so you can use that while you're streaming. And if you're thinking of adding this to your arsenal, I'll tell you guys all about it. I'll show you how to hook it up, use it with the game capture software as well as OBS and stuff like that. Then I'll tell you guys all about my experience with it and pretty much what my thoughts are. So setup is pretty much self-explanatory here. Whatever camera you want to use with it, you just plug it into the HDMI input on the front. Then on the back side, you just plug it into your PC. They also include an additional USB extension cable inside the box. And literally it's all hooked up and there'll be a little white light flashing next to the logo letting you know that there's power to it. Now a quick side note, not every camera obviously is going to work with this. They do have a spreadsheet where you can go on and check if your camera is there, but they're always, updating and adding more cameras that are compatible. And I'll be using my Canon 5D Mark IV with the Cam Link here. Let's head over to the PC and I'll show you guys how to set it up. All right, so for starters, I just plugged in the camera to the Cam Link itself, and I'm just gonna show you real quick how to do it in the game capture software from Elgato. Then we'll do OBS, but you have to power on your camera for it to recognize the signal. So I'll do that now, and it'll recognize the signal in just a second. And there we go. I can now fully mess with it, zoom in and out. You get manual control. It's pretty much whatever you would usually control on your camera you have here, and it's going to relay that real time. Now as you can see, there's still the overlay on my camera. I have the Canon 5D Mark IV, but you can toggle that overlay on and off, and now it is a clean feed. So you plug it in and it just immediately recognizes it, but I'll show you how it would look when I'm streaming. Okay, now I have it hooked up off to the side of my desk, and you can see the picture here is 100 times better than any webcam would give you, which is why something like this is so valuable and wanted amongst the streaming community, because you're getting that DSLR quality here. Depending on what camera you're using, you're just getting in the end 10 times better quality than any webcam, as you probably noticed by now. So quick note before we switch to OBS. In the game capture software, when I first started off, it was on 1080p 60 FPS here, but since my camera is set to 1080p 30 FPS or 29.97, it was kind of jittery and it would lag every now and then, so just turn that off if you're not shooting 60, and then I haven't had any issues since. But now I'll show you how to do this with OBS. So I'm sure you're familiar with OBS, and you're just gonna add it like you would any other video input. You go down and go to video capture device, hit OK, and then just like that automatically pops up for you. As you can see, the Cam Link here is the enabled device. A quick note though, you can't have both the OBS Cam Link enabled as well as the Elgato game capture enabled at the same time, because it's only one HDMI input, so you can't use both. So make sure at least one of the programs is closed depending on what you use. Then here you can just go around, maneuver with it, crop it, flip it around, mess with the color balance, all that good stuff like you would any other video input. And now here for your streams, you have this DSLR quality right when you're streaming. Looks great. I'll probably mess around with the color and stuff like that. You can do that in cam, and there's some minor tinkering you can do inside the OBS software, but it's as simple as that. So you saw how simple it was to hook up, and now to kind of wrap this all up, I'll tell you guys my thoughts and experiences with this and who this is going to be for in the end. And as you saw, it's just going to give you much better quality versus a webcam. And the reason people are going to want this is because it's going to separate your stream from the pack, from everyone else, the 95% of other people who are using a webcam. This is going to give you that much more professional looking quality, separating you from the rest of the streamers out there. Second, with a higher bit rate you're getting from your better video camera versus a webcam, you can do much better things when it comes to keying out using a green screen. So just getting a better stream look, and that's what you want in the end, isn't it? Another thing I wanted to mention is this is pretty much going to work like a capture card as well on the side, because you have your HDMI input plus a USB for power, and you can use this like you would an ordinary capture card, which is another quick little bonus I think is cool. Now in the end, this does retail for $129 or $130. I think it's a little bit too pricey. I think $100 would have been the sweet spot. But again, you take it to look at the competition out there, and this is where Elgato really hammers it home, is they kill the competition. There is software out there that does something similar to this people have used in the past, but I believe that is like a monthly subscription service, so you're paying for it each month. And there's a lot of complaints about it, which is why people have been wanting something like this for a long time, which is why a lot of the pro streamers out there are loving this so far. So I think that price point can definitely be justified there versus just a wonky software program. And then another thing that's kind of a downfall is going to be, like I said earlier, it doesn't work with every camera yet. While it works with mine, they're still updating and adding cameras to the list. Definitely make sure yours is on that list before you buy it, because you don't want to buy this thing and then have your camera not work. So you're going to need that clean feed. It doesn't output 4K, it does 1080p 60 FPS, which is fine for me because, like I said, with my camera, just hooking it up 1080p 30 FPS just works fine. Last thing I wanted to bring up that's not really a con is this does not transfer power over your HDMI, so it's going to be draining your camera's battery. So if you're shooting for something crazy like 5 or 10 hours at a time, odds are your battery camera might go dead on you. But depending on what camera you use, they do sell like those like dummy batteries that plug into the wall so you can have just a constant power feed. So might want to pick up one of those if you're going to be using your camera for an extended day. But I mean, if you are a serious streamer out there, you do it for fun, you do it frequently, and you want to take your streams to the next level, I think the Cam Link is definitely worth it. 130 kind of up there, would have liked to have seen 100 like I said, but what you're getting compared to the competition, it's unrivaled, and you're definitely going to appreciate it, I think, especially when you get it up and going and you see the results firsthand. So if you want to check it out, I will put the Cam Link in the description down below, as well as the camera compatibility list. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up to show your support. Follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Well, I'm randomfrankp. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.